hello, welcome in. Wow, Mizu is like humongo. Let me just fix that
Hey, what'd you
real
do?
fast. I
Why'd you
don't
make me so
know.
big and blurry?
That's a you problem.
No, I'm high res. I'm high res. There's nothing I could do that's better.
Welcome in, duo. Hello, of course, Mizu. Hello,
Oh, hello.
Ash. Hello, Action. Welcome, welcome. Welcome in.
Use Humongo and 480p. Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. That's on you. I don't know what you're outputting to me, you know? So, anyways. You were saying you had like a joke?
Oh, yes. Chat. You guys, you guys know what boiled eggs are, right?
What kind of cool? Wait, hold on.
You
What
know
kind of setup? What kind
are.
of question is this? What
You know
kind
what
of
boiled
setup
eggs
is
are, right?
this?
This is all part of the setup. This is all setup, okay? You know what a boiled egg is, right? I'm sure
Yeah,
you do.
I know
I'm
what
sure
a boiled
everybody
egg
does,
is.
Now, when you think about a boiled egg, how many bites do you think would it take you to finish a boiled egg? Like if you just go, one, two, three.
It takes me about 4 bites to finish a boiled egg.
Okay. Two. See, Duel's at 1, Ash is at 2. I'm on that 2 range personally.
Dude, Princess, you can't just say someone is humongo. I mean, not if you mean it in some weird way.
4 bites, you got a little baby mouth. Yeah, Princess is a princess. Come on, you gotta be a little dapper bite. And then I was thinking about, like,
I was gonna say, I ain't putting anything humongo in my mouth.
I prefaced this that like I was not the one that was gonna make this sauce. This is purely a question about like math. She's out here fucking going, I'm put it in my mouth, humongous. Like, okay, whatever.
Hello, Cap. Welcome in. Hello, Floppy. Welcome in.
Okay, your number actually skews things heavily because I was thinking like, okay, I can eat a bowl of pho, and a bowl of pho is probably like I don't know. 30 bites or something.
Okay, where's this going?
And it's just like, okay, if a bowl of pho is 30 bites, roughly, right? And if I could eat an egg in 2 bites, does that mean I can eat 15 eggs?
Oh my god!
Does that mean I can eat 15 eggs? I don't know. Like, I don't think I could, but nothing
Wait,
is
what was
stopping.
your math again? Can you repeat that?
So if I could eat a boiled egg in 2 bites, and a bowl of pho is roughly 30, okay? Does that mean, math, I can eat 15 eggs in a single sitting? Like if I just had a big ass bowl and I put all the boiled eggs in there that I would have put the pho in, would that be 15 eggs worth of food?
I mean, maybe. But not really, because it's like soup. So soup is there to like fill in the cracks, you know?
Next stream, that means we eat 15 eggs.
Are we
Find
made
out
of
next
money?
time.
Oh my god, okay, wait.
A dozen eggs is like what?
Story.
Like $10 or something right now?
It's so expensive! I went to Costco on Sunday and I was like, I'm just gonna go to Costco and I'm gonna buy some eggs because I saw pork belly on sale, right? And I was like, hey, I'm gonna get pork belly at Costco and I'm also gonna get some some eggs to make some thit kha, which is like a Vietnamese like braised pork dish. And no eggs. And also, by the way, I went up to like a worker and I was like, oh, there's no eggs in the, you know, where can I find eggs? Is it in dairy? And the guy goes, we're out. And then I like, I'm like, huh? And then he goes, we're out. And then I'm, how many
There's
times?
just no more eggs.
How many times do you ask someone something before you're like, I should stop asking them? But I looked at him again and I was like, huh?
How?
No,
Where did all the
it
eggs
wasn't
go?
even like a how. It was like a, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, we're out. Like, what do you mean we're out? Like, what the fuck are you trying to say to me right now? And then he goes, we're out of eggs. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
I'm so
oh,
sorry.
I understand now. I was
Oh,
so
God.
embarrassed. I like
No,
walked
that's-
away and I
Holy
was
shit.
like, oh my god.
Yeah, that totally reminds me of like just today. I was making an IT request and I was like, "Oh, this isn't working. Can you come fix it?" And they're like, "We'll be there in 15 minutes." And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep troubleshooting." And then I solve it. And then I'm like, "Oh shit! Cancel, cancel, cancel! You don't need to come anymore. I got it. I'm an IT genius." And then they're like, "Okay, canceled." And not 1 minute after, it breaks again. And I'm just like, "Oh."
Oh no!
No.
Okay, we need to schedule that meeting again.
Can I actually uncancel that?
$6 for a dozen eggs. I heard they're pretty expensive here right now. Sorry, back to my story. I went to Costco today after work, like thinking I'm gonna run to Costco, I'm gonna get some eggs, and then maybe I'll get that Italian sausage that I thought I was gonna get, but I didn't get, and then I really wanted it actually, and I need a bag of rice. And so I went, and then still no eggs. And then in my mind, it clicked, and I was like, wasn't there some bird flu that's going on right now?
Some kind of bird flu? Oh, yeah. Oh,
that might be kind of important and be affecting, like, the number of eggs that might be physically available. So unfortunately, very I have no eggs. I only have whatever eggs I bought from Costco, like, 2 weeks ago, so I gotta, like, ration it, I guess.
So I guess the math would be if a bowl of pho was like 64 bites for you. Could
I eat 20 eggs? How many eggs actually do you think you could eat in one sitting?
I just had 4 for dinner, and I already feel sick. So how the hell could I eat 15?
So bad. Like, I think you're only supposed to eat like 2 or 3 a day because of the cholesterol, right?
You just don't eat the yolks.
But that's the best part of the egg. What are you talking about?
Now, you're right in many scenarios, but in like a boiled egg is like, okay, whatever, the yolk can go.
Not if you have it like soft boiled.
Okay, but soft boiled is I would only do if I was eating with ramen. And in this case, I was just raw dogging some fucking boiled eggs.
I mean, I raw dog soft boiled eggs all the time.
You're a freak.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I just imagine you just like peeling a soft boiled egg and it's like all gooey and you're just like,
it's so good.
4 bites is not raw dog. See? That's a 1-biter. If it's a soft boiled egg, you eat that in one like it's a goddamn soup dumpling.
No, you eat it, you take a bite out of the top, and then you salt and pepper a little bit, and then you bite it again, and then you salt and pepper it again, and then you bite it again, and then you salt and pepper it again, and then you take your last bite.
Was that 4? Or was that 3?
Someone was counting, I'm sure.
Someone was counting. It wasn't me.
A bowl of pho is 17.5 bites for me. That's so specific. 4 bites is like a meal.
See, I think Ash actually just thought about it. Okay, I'm sitting at the table. I ordered a bowl of pho. I'm eating it. I put the freaking Brussels sprouts, the little mint leaves. Okay, maybe put my little sauce on the side. Okay.
Ostrich eggs for $90? You know, wait, do you know there's this town called Solvang in California? Solvang? Do you know? Have you heard of it?
Sure. Let's just say yes. I will.
It's this really cute like Dutch town in the middle of nowhere, like on the way to Pismo from like SoCal, and there's like windmills and everything. There's an ostrich farm. Me and my friend Ever had wanted to buy an ostrich egg, but I think they were like sold out that day. But I wonder, like, because we didn't get to see how much they cost because they were sold out. But I wonder how much they cost.
Well, I think somebody typed $90.
$90, but I mean, like, what if the ostrich farm had a different, price?
They only sell them by the dozen, so maybe you get a sale.
It's disgusting. Ostrich eggs, I think, aren't that good, actually. I think it's more for the novelty of eating an ostrich egg.
You know what pisses me off? Wait, they call bull testicles like oysters or some kind of like, what do they call it? Fuck.
Oh, crap. I think I know what you're talking about.
They call it a food that's like, oh, that sounds good, but it's not. It's bull testicles. Ah, fuck. Somebody will know in chat. Chat's way smarter than me.
I know, right? I'm just like, chat always knows. They're so smart.
Rocky Mountain oysters. There you go. Rocky Mountain oysters.
Next subathon goal? Oh, your next subathon goal? Ostrich egg? You should.
Me? What the fuck?
Not you, no, Cap.
Oh, okay. The hell? Yeah. I'll watch Cap eat a fucking ostrich egg.
I know, me too.
I'll sit there. You start the stream. You get the egg. You show it off for like 10 minutes. Then you get the pot on somehow in the camera view, some magical way. Then you fit that bad bitch up in there. Give it a nice little soup bath. Pour the water on top like it's in some kind of sauna. It's gonna take like 30 minutes to boil because it's a huge egg.
Egg eating race with Princess? I mean, I don't think I could eat that many eggs though, I'll be real with you.
I just said I can only eat 4, so
maybe can tap out at like 3, 4, maybe 5, just to be better than Mizu.
What a fucking like, if they're like tea eggs or like, soy sauce eggs, and they're not just like plain boiled eggs, maybe I could eat more.
Yeah, I'm 80. I'll die, Duo. What are you talking about? One egg cut in 4s. I'm done.
I'm done. I'm done. Okay, the other joke that I was saving this whole time was that I had to tell chat that I'm gonna start calling Princess Curious George.
Why? Why are you calling me Curious George? I'm not a monkey.
Because of that.
Wait, what? Am I missing something? I'm not a monkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
Wait, what are you talking about? What did I do? I've never seen the show.
No, it's you. What happened? No, it's okay. Nah, that's okay. We can start now. I got the joke off.
What was the joke even? I don't understand.
Oh my god, me 2 days ago I saw a girl in a yellow hoodie with nothing but backgrounds and tongue in her car. The chick out. I thought a princess. There it is.
Terrible. You're terrible.
Okay, what do you call okay, when somebody is curious, they ask a lot of questions.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna call you Curious George. And you immediately go, why? I'm like,
oh, I see. Just so everyone knows, I would never wear a yellow hoodie out. I will wear my ratty Jump King sweater that like I've worn and washed so many times that like the picture of like the gargoyles is just gone. Like it doesn't exist anymore. I think for my birthday this year, can someone please buy me a new Jump King sweater, please? It was kind of expensive. This is my request for October.
She's laughing, but she's absolutely not kidding. Start the GoFundMe now.
Yeah, it's true. If someone notices what kind of sweater that is, very him, her. I know. No, Duo, they have to be better than Jump King at me. Better than me at Jump King.
I mean, if you're top 90 globally, that really narrows the pool down to like 89 people at best.
It's that's just the law of the land. You can't. I said it before. You can't cuff me unless you catch up to me in Jump King, and that means beating me at all the maps that I've beaten.
Yeah, all the maps is a bit of a trick. Just one is enough, honestly. In my personal opinion, if you win in one of the maps, it's kind of enough.
And by that logic, really hard maps.
Just by that logic, that we just kind of just came up with right now, I think I qualify. So
no, absolutely not.
Totally won. You can ask all your chat. I
won. Time.
We don't count speed run. We talk about live race. That's where the real pressure is. Anybody could play Jump King for 500 million hours by themselves and get a good time eventually. But doing it live under like watchful eyes of spectators, it's very different.
This Jump King tourney coming up is just reverse Cinderella trying to get the glass slipper to fit. I'm so excited about this competition.
I almost spit my tea off of that. I almost spit my tea out for that. Reverse Cinderella. Can you fit the crown?
Not on brand to avoid yellow, but wearing a ratty ass sweater instead of upgrading is way more on brand than yellow could ever be. It's true. Show knows how much I refuse to spend money. Imagine showing up to a party and having to tell them your partner isn't even top 90 at Jump King. Embarrassing. I know! Exactly! I can't. Everyone knows me as the Jump King streamer.
At least you're known for something good.
Couples counseling. I resent my spouse because of his Jump King time. You know, I say that, but then also at the same time, I'm really competitive. So I would be like, no, you can't beat me at Jump King.
This is my game. I'm supposed to be the best.
That is the only game I have.
I'm the best person that I know that plays Jump King. You can't take that from me.
And here lies the conundrum.
What a paradox.
I know you, and I know you wouldn't lie, but still, there's no doubt that you're holding something back. You know more than you're saying.
What the hell were we on? What the hell are we doing in this game? Okay, recap. Where did we stop?
Recap.
I really don't remember. What's the recap? You just started voice acting, and I'm just like, wait a minute. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. So, recap from last week. We had the trial. We fumbled a little bit. Yeah. No, first tried everything. It was first try everything. And then,
I don't even remember what it ended up being again.
It was the trunk. It was the metal trunk.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then we had to pause for 30 minutes because it was like, Seishiro is missing. Yeah. And so then we go back to the ship, and 30 minutes later, Sholmes and Susato's dad, Mikotoba, have gone to the boat that has that's where the judge is, and then they grabbed him, and now they're coming back to court.
Okay.
I think.
I remember now.
Okay.
They at least found him alive in a trunk.
They did, yes. Okay. All right. Now we're back. During the past 30 minutes, while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained.
Wait, my voice is fucked up today. This must be the eggs. It's the 4 eggs. It's just really stuck in my throat. It's really stopping my bugginess from coming out.
We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. Your prosecution calls for an immediate verdict.
Objection. Bitch, I know what's up.
No, the trial cannot end now.
You're a Japanese man, Ryunosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword.
Damn, I'm really fucked
And
up.
you should know never to presume when the battle is won.
The court has already presented with all the evidence and heard all relevant testimony. There can only be one conclusion. That the accused is guilty.
All relevant testimony? Far from it. There's still a crucial witness, from whom the court is yet to hear a single word of testimony.
Bring out the judge.
In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel. Yes, my lord. Tomorrow, if possible.
I'm sorry, Harry. I heard I've got updated. The witness is already on his way and scheduled to arrive tomorrow.
It really helps. You have no idea.
Who will act as this crucial witness?
Seishiro Jigoku. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper.
Yeah, Goku, you found him.
But the investigations of every policing resource in the capital suggest that Jigoku is already dead. How in the name of God did you find the man? he was located in France during the recess at the port of Dunkirk, thanks to one of Mr. Herlock Sholmes' famous deductions. Herlock Sholmes. Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death, because, along with Prosecutor Asogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Seishiro Jigoku is the sole witness who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st October. Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point.
The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mrs. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered.
In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side? No, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
We live to fight another day, by the skin of our teeth.
To be continued? What?
To be continued.
I thought this was the final chapter. Are they telling us to buy the next game?
Okay, wait, I have a good compromise. Okay, if my future partner, if I refuse to let my future partner beat me at Jump King, maybe top 100 is okay.
Oh no, you've expanded the pool from 89 to 99.
Well, because they can't be better than me. I refuse. Jump King's my thing.
You've increased it by 10 people, potentially.
The unexpected halt of proceedings sent a clamor around the courtroom. But outside the Bailey, where Londoners knew nothing of the secret trial within, it was a typical still night. Then, at a little past 8 o'clock that evening, Mr. Sholmes and his partner returned to Baker Street. The highlight of this case for me was the Kazuma wants to collar Ryunosuke around in public reveal.
And they were roommates?
Spicy. And they were roommates. Oh my god, I recently, got this, lotion and, perfume combo. Now, I just smell like chocolate all the time. It's very distracting.
Is this like a dieting technique? If you're just always hungry, maybe you're gonna
If I
boost your
smell
metabolism.
chocolate, it'll, help me not want to eat it.
I feel like it'd be the opposite for me. It's like, oh man, I'm always hungry. I'm gonna eat. You're not even hungry. I'm gonna eat.
It's like the diet where you smell one thing and eat another thing.
Oh yeah, you trick your brain.
Yeah, you're like, okay, well we smelled it and we and quote unquote ate it. So now we'll just fill our stomach with this other thing. It smells so nice. I literally smell like chocolate and a little bit of vanilla and caramel.
I will refrain from saying anything sus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't say anything sus. You don't ruin this perfume for me.
Sorry, Harry, I've already got the date of the dance.
Hi, Creed. Welcome in.
Oh, we have returned, my dear fellows.
Bobby says, I'm hungry. Boiling dumplings. That sounds delicious. Welcome back to Britain, and thank you for your timely help.
Think nothing of it. I believe you've had an even more wearing day than Mikotoba and I.
Why do I keep turning into interesting mid-conversations? Wait, what'd you come in on? Me saying I smell like chocolate? I know! Creed, why are you missing out on my streams? This is 4 hours of pure entertainment.
All princess streams are interesting. There is no mid interesting. It's just start interesting, middle interesting, end interesting. This is all interesting. Come on. Tune in.
You could say that. We were on the brink of defeat in court earlier.
So, this prosecutor Asogi had you on the ropes, did he? And he's your best friend, you say. Oh, he pushed you on the ropes?
Smell
Okay.
like chocolate? I'm calling CPS for Hermes? I mean, I smell like chocolate. Doesn't mean Hermes eats me. That's inappropriate.
Did you know chocolate? Did you know dogs can actually have chocolate?
Really?
It's like milk chocolate doesn't have enough cocoa to be like actually dangerous, but obviously don't give them that. But if they had a little bit, it's like probably not.
Oh, gotcha. Why you gotta make it weird? Ugh, I mean, you made it weird first. Well, he's not really the man I knew in Japan anymore. Kazuma's changed.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
I mean, it's incredible. To think that he'd even entertained the idea of acting as the Reaper's assassin.
Well, nevertheless, you must introduce me. After all, I've only ever met the young man as a corpse.
When all this started, almost a year ago now. Mizu, you can't say that! She's a gullible 80-year-old, one email away from getting the fished! I'm 80 years old. You can't lie to me.
Why would I lie? I'm on the internet. The internet never lies.
You think people just do that? Go on the internet and lie?
That's illegal. Come on. Nobody does anything illegal. You can't rob me. That's illegal.
Mr. Sholmes still hasn't told us the truth about what really happened back then. About the motivation for what he himself described as a great detective's lie.
Now then, I must say, it's really quite a journey all the way to France. Well, it is another country, Mr. Sholmes. So, what news of Judge Jigoku?
We took him to Scotland Yard. The investigating detectives there have a lot of questions for the man. Poor Professor Mikotoba. This must be quite a shock for him.
Oh yes, I picked this up at the telegraph office on our way home.
What is it?
A telegraph? No, surely you haven't forgotten already. I put upon you for the matter only yesterday.
You put upon me, Sholmes. I had to fill out your telegram to Japan and foot the bill as well.
Oh, you've already had a reply. Fucking what the hell?
What was so urgent though, Mr. Sholmes?
Such matters can wait until later. I'm far too hungry for an involved conversation at present. Give me the food.
Well, that's good news because supper's ready, everyone.
Oops, wrong button.
Did you hear that little break? Princess had to, like, take off her voice changer. What a piece it is. If I went on the eyes, I think the child would won already.
Duo says, that reminds me, my friend's girlfriend came back from Japan after going for the first time. She was bragging about how respectful she was, as if Japan was looking for the next top gaijin. Japan's Next Top Gaijin sounds like a hilarious show. I'd watch it.
Roast beef, kippers, stew, steak, and kidney pie. Yorkshire pudding. What is this?
Yorkshire pudding is really good. Have you had one?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like bread, but yummy.
Is it like bread pudding?
It's like this thing, this puffy bread that's like baked, and they have it usually for like breakfast with a Sunday roast. It's really yummy. You should if you ever have like on the menu Yorkshire pudding, you should try it. It's delicious.
Hey.
Tomorrow could be a very long day, so eat up!
In that case, I think I'll seat myself just here. This place appears to be the only one set with a helping of pheasants as well.
Oh, sorry, Hurley. Not there.
Why ever not? Are we in set places this evening?
Duo says you weren't an asshole abroad. So respectful.
The bar is low.
Yes, and that place is for Susie's daddy.
For me?
That's right. I made it especially for you, Professor Mickey.
I see. Well, that's terribly kind of you.
She's gonna start calling you daddy, I swear.
I don't call nobody daddy.
No, I mean Iris. Damn, what the hell?
It's a shame, really.
What do you mean?
Well, for a brief moment, I believed it. That Susie and I were half-sisters, I mean.
Oh.
Oh, don't you know where babies come from? Iris, do you mean?
Yes, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened into the conversation you had after I tricked you all into thinking I'd left.
What a freaking... What? What? What?
The misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mikotoba are Iris's father.
What?
Who's her dad?
Did we conclude that? That it's neither of them?
I don't know.
So weird. It's shown us all along. Yes, about that, Iris. You know, I
know. You can't tell me at the moment.
Because it's him. Oh, Iris. You know Shelms gets
The
busy.
pheasant is by way of an apology. I'm sorry for eavesdropping.
Oh, no, that's quite all right.
And why don't I get any apologetic pheasant?
So, just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today.
So then, let us dine while our largely pheasantless plates are still piping hot.
A fine idea, Sholmes. It all looks absolutely delicious.
Eat as much as you like. There are always seconds.
God, her voice is so hard for me to do.
Quit lying! Oh my god!
Oh my god, isn't my real voice is so hard? Gotta keep up the fucking charade.
This could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial. About that telegram from Japan and about Kazuma. I can't let this opportunity slip away. Doesn't your tummy hurt? No, this is my real voice. Misa's lying to you all.
I'm on the internet. Why would I lie?
Also, like, when I do like my ASMR audios, I have one of two voices. My regular speaking voice, which is like this, right? And
Okay.
then like I use this other voice for Susato especially. But basically I call it my princess voice. Where like I just, talk a little bit softer, just like this.
Oh, okay.
Just
I could do
slightly
that.
softer, slightly
You
higher.
want me to give Susato that voice?
And
I could do that.
Yeah, if
I
you
give her
want.
Cho Chang right now, aka
You should
Pigment
totally-
from Arcane. Yeah, my name is Susato. Oh.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
Surely it's abundantly clear that I wasn't brooding over Mikotoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me. Nevertheless, I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes.
I want to eat food too.
Sorry, Hurley, but I cooked that pheasant especially for Susie's daddy.
Even though I've played the role of father for you for far longer.
Mr. Sholmes, could I discuss some things with you?
Certainly, my dear fellow. I find myself quite in the mood for a spell of conversation. No doubt, you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of game.
I can probably contain my curiosity on that one.
You needn't look at me in that fashion.
In what fashion?
It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matters to discuss.
Shut the fuck up, Schultz.
That's pretty good.
Yoga complete. Welcome in. Welcome. How was yoga? How was your day, Fuzz?
I hope it was the yoga that Dulcim does from Street Fighter, so now you can do fire breath.
Literally, my cousin texted me today, and he was like, or he texted us, he texted me in the family chat. He was like, "Hey, Princess, are you in this?" And he linked the Sajam Slam Street Fighter thing, and I was like, "No, I don't play fighting games." And he was like, "Oh, cause like sometimes it's I guess they get like brand new VTubers or like noob VTubers and pair them up with like
professionals,
same levels or whatever." And
yeah,
I was like, I don't
most of
fucking
the
play
VTubers
Street
I saw
Fighter.
are like kind of the bigger ones from Japan specifically too.
Oh really? Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way. I have a measly 1.8k followers.
Damn, you ain't gotta flex on me like that. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I only have 1.8.
A measly 1.8.
Yeah, measly 1.8. Measly over here still trying to pop his pussy for 200, but it is what it is. I can't change the goal until I hit it. I want to like just let everybody know.
You can do it. I believe in you. Zokenman, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate.
Fetch.
It wasn't perfect in Japan, but I felt like they were very eager to they were very eager to correct my behavior. Oh, I see. So, what was in the telegram you received back from Japan then?
Oh, this. I thank my lucky stars it arrived in time. Record found as indicated. Duplicate follows. A. Asoge, A. Shin, T. Gregson, and J. Wilson. Who the fuck is J. Wilson?
John Wilson.
Wait.
He was murdered in the first. He was murdered in the first game, very first trial. What? Those 4 names.
They're all from the game.
Come across that exact same list before. Wait, what was the list? Tell me
It
the
was
list.
Asashin. It was Kazuma, Asashin.
They came up in that
Gregson?
unforgettable case last spring. This was from last game, the very last trial of last game. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be masking monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states. In exposing the means by which those secrets were being leaked, we deciphered a fragment of a message. Hey yo, how is the large Jack prosecutor going? Welcome in, Nolan. We're doing good. We are progressing the story today.
Princess is a muscle mommy, right? That's why you're the jacked prosecutor.
No, I'm not. So sad that guy died. He was so pleasant. K. Asogi, Ashin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. But we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never did get to the bottom of what they meant.
Was J. Wilson the doctor guy?
Yes, he was.
Oh,
and that's why
that was
they were
Iris's
scared.
pops.
Yeah, but he's not actually.
So
know.
Iris is a freaking orphan.
But no, he isn't actually Iris's dad.
Okay, but she's still an orphan, okay?
We don't know who her dad is, yeah.
Until it is identified to be Sholmes, she is an orphan.
All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan.
Large jack.
So why are the names coming up again now?
Yes.
Where did...
No, I'm sorry, I gotta do it.
Where did the sender of your legal telegram discover them, Mr. Sean?
It's no fun to do that voice, though.
You do whatever voice you want, it's fine.
No, I was trying to make fun of you, but you didn't feel embarrassed, so now I feel embarrassed. I have here the message I wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you.
Large equals great. Jack equals ace. Prosecutor equals attorney to explain the joke. Oh, I see. I did not know that those things were words for other things. It's going good. Welcome in, Nolan. How's your day been?
Bully attempt was in fact failed. Now I am just gonna back to Cho Chang. Enter Judge Jigoku's office, undetected, and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain dated 1 year ago. List of 4 names, need by tomorrow. Naruhodo.
I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this nature.
You asked Inspector Hosanaga to undertake such an onerous task for you?
Yeah.
Bully attempt failed. Oh,
Yeah,
were you trying to bully me?
It didn't work. Let's move on.
Okay.
Just like the Curious George joke, it didn't really hit.
Oh,
It's
I see.
fine.
Okay.
They can't all be winners.
Short so far, my sleep schedule is still fucked, so I woke up like 5 hours ago. Oh, boo. My sleep schedule's been, I mean, for the past year and a half, pretty fucked, but you know, it's fine. They're
fine,
both
I'll
non-number
suffer.
cards. Oh, I see. It's how you make all the money at Vegas, enforcing that little known rule. And in my name? I wonder what guise he opted for this time.
My dear fellows, it was a matter of great urgency. Or you could say, what's the word that I'm gonna look in chat? Large urgency, you understand.
Anyway, the list of names was found in Seishiro's office, as Sholmes predicted. So, you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was...
Was sent to Judge Jigoku. He was the intended recipient.
I don't believe it.
But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually signifies. I did formulate a hypothesis about that. But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it.
Mr. Sholmes looks deadly serious for once.
Telegram.
Kazuma's death!
Was greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, this was the second trial. Or episode, I guess. That tragedy we had to go through on the SS Buria, it was all for nothing! Kazuma wasn't dead at all! We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. Your great detective's lie.
I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost.
What?
I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan. His remains, you mean? Precisely, Miss Susato. And then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead. Oh my, you mean? The arrangement between our two countries was already in place. One university student lawyer and one judicial assistant to be accompanied on a study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fill the place originally intended for Mr. Asogi, I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least.
Wait, do you mean to say that it was all in aid of stopping Kazuma coming to Britain? That's why you...
Think back, Mr. Naruhodo. Was there not somebody who quite casually urged you to continue on the voyage to England?
I can do him. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. In the light of Mr. Isoki's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
The voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I'd say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Wink wonk.
Nolan says, I can't hear the name Kazuma without thinking about Kiryu from the Yakuza games. John, hello, welcome in.
I only think of Konosuba's Kazuma.
Oh, I don't, before this game, I don't think I knew any Kazuma.
You haven't watched Konosuba?
No, I have not.
Can you watch Konosuba and
No.
enjoy your life?
No,
Bless
I'm
your life
watching
with
some other
more.
things right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I only got 2 eyes and so little time. I can't watch everything.
I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. It's so fucking
Okay, it's pretty
funny.
It's pretty funny. I haven't watched the last season yet, so no spoilers if you're already caught up.
No, I'm on season 1.
Okay, if you're in season 1, then I can say that it's totally worth being a vampire's assistant. Yup, totally worth. Guillermo
is so funny. He's so funny. I only watched season 1 of Konosuba. Isn't a slice of life, so that should do it. It isn't? I mean, maybe.
No, it's literally tragic comedy.
Sho says, if he needed someone to replace Kazuma, doesn't that mean he knew all along that Ryunosuke was stowing away to Britain? I mean, maybe.
He is a detective. Maybe he saw a little red ass in a box.
Well, John, were you playing Phasmo? You were playing Phasmo? How was that?
Yeah, really, Nolan is so right. Konosuba is everybody just showing up to the D&D with their fucking bullshit joke characters.
Sorry, I changed the dialogue.
I've often remarked on the extraordinary lengths to which friendship will drive a man. I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend that wasn't actually late.
I don't believe it.
But if it was all contrived... I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. A woman was mistakenly arrested as the perpetrator. What do you suppose became of her?
Naturally, I didn't allow the misapprehension to have any serious repercussions.
Bubby says, Princess, we have to play the mini episodes from the Rants Extras. Don't forget. Okay, I will try not to forget. My American friends wanted to play this after a little bit of Mario Drunk Party. Oh, I see. Okay, did you have fun? Phasmo was really scary. My favorite, like, moment when I played Phasmo with friends is, it's still that clip. I'm like, I was baby. I had like 3 other friends. It was Cap and Lost and Drythe with me. And we go from the van into the house, right? And then I open a door and I'm holding the thermometer to check, you know, like for freezing temperatures. So I'm in the door and I see the thermometer go down and I'm like, oh my God, guys, it's freezing temperatures. It's freezing temperatures. And then like, we had just started the level. So everyone looks up and like Cap goes, Princess. That's the outside. And opened the door to the outside of the house. And then so I turned around and I was like, oh, haha. And then as soon as I turned around into the living room, I look at the thermometer again and it starts to rapidly drop. And I'm like, it's freezing in here. And I like throw the thermometer on the ground and run back to the van.
That's pretty good.
Favorite memory. I seem to remember Miss Susato and I had some rather strong words for her.
Well, she was certainly not void of all guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure.
Is TikTok banned tomorrow? Is it tomorrow or is it the 19th?
Yellow.
Ban
No
on
more
TikTok?
Tiki Talks.
I know, right? No
I
more
never used it, so.
no more
I'm not there.
Tic Tacs. I wonder if she made it to America then.
Susato's not 18, right? I'm
No.
afraid I simply cannot comprehend it.
Actually, I don't know. Let's take a look.
Pretty sure she's like 16 or something.
16.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Did you say this one already?
Yes. Why would you go to such lengths, Mr. Sholmes? Why were you so determined to stop Cosmo-san from reaching Britain?
Well, I'm actually just a fuckboy, you know.
The truth is, 12 months ago, there was already a very tangible omen of the impending tragedy, you see.
Oh,
An omen that, at this very moment in time, is close at hand.
Floppy says, what's this about TikTok? I've been at school. And Nolan says, so there was a bill introduced in the Senate, I think literally yesterday, to extend the deadline 270 days. Did you guys see that, like, after everyone is freaking out about TikTok being banned, the Chinese app, what was it? Hong Sha, no, I don't know what it's called. The Red Note? It's like another Chinese like TikTok app.
Xiao Hong Shai.
Xiao Hongshu like is becoming really really popular with like TikTok refugees.
I mean, yeah. It's crazy. Like, if you just didn't kill Vine, that's what it was. That's all it is. It's just Vine.
Yeah, it's literally just fine. But yeah. I thought the actual TikTok from China was Douyin and not Xiao Hongshu. Get off Xiao Hongshu, I don't want to see Chinese content, little red book. Douyin is a real TikTok. Yeah, I knew it! It's Douyin! Yeah. Anyways, an omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago is close at hand. We need to find out exactly what Mr. Sholmes knows.
Present him some shit, I guess.
What am I supposed to present to him?
An omen from a year ago. Gun. No, I'm just kidding.
Omen from a year ago?
Unironically, maybe the fucking armband. No. Okay, never mind.
No.
What a freak. Okay. What's the omen?
The omen from a year ago.
You have anything from a year ago?
My wife uses Little Red Book. Red Book is so censored though. Red Note. It's funny, but I doubt it will last long. Actually, Chinese owned, so a lot of content that's legal in China are not allowed. LGBTQ, blood, or human remains of any kind, even in anime, and a myriad of other things. I see. A year ago. An omen from a year ago.
Dismissal notice. No, that was
10 years ago. The passage on steamship was like not a year ago. A year ago. That's not a year ago.
Autopsy is not
ago.
Yosoki papers.
This one? The sword?
I said the papers, but I don't know. Probably the fucking telegram.
Okay, let's do this one first then.
It's the only thing that's new.
There was no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You were very clear that it was Judge Jigoku's office that should be searched, so... You obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found.
A. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson.
But we only learned of these 4 names just over 6 months ago now, and only because they appeared as part of the top secret government communications that were leaked.
That's true, yes, but at the time you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan. Around 6 months before that, approximately this time last year, in fact, when you were both still in Japan.
Interesting.
It really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secrets. Because after all, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments. Look at this cheesy smile.
You're perpetually doing what? How?
Oh, you know. Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Herlock Sholmes when he has designs on knowing it. Oh my, Mr. Sholmes, what a fabulous line. Now, 1 month after this list of 4 names was wired to the recipient GAAC in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered.
Ah, I see.
As soon as I learnt of the incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partially correct and partially mistaken. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow. Mr. Sholmes, please, tell us all you know. Tell us about these 4 names and the tragedy to which they are all somehow connected.
Yeah, I'm really crushing it right now.
Everyone's discussing the censored content on Chinese
I'm
app.
crushing my fucking bullshit British accent, and they're just talking about freaking Douyin and Red Little Letter. I don't know.
Yeah, little red note. Yeah.
The little black book. As I said, when I learnt of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names because, you see, there was someone else on this list who I believe to be recently deceased.
What? Who?
Shi, as it was transcribed in Japanese script, in actual fact, Miss Asashi. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer, well known among London's unsavory classes.
Oh, I see.
But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. And accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list. Kei Yasogi and T. Gregson. Owing to our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it would be safest if young Yasogi was to stay away from Britain.
Ah, so that's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead.
Exactly.
Thank you for the hydrate.
So, you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh yes, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I'd recounted many tales about Asogi to him in my letters, and the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course.
So, Dr. Wilson is dead then? I didn't know.
Oh, Iris.
I knew he wasn't my daddy, but still, that's very sad.
I mean, she is using his name, right? For the books.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Iris. We knew the significance of the name, obviously, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to tell you.
No.
But what you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your hypothesis.
A big hole, Mr. Naruto.
Ah, yes, you mean about Asashin, I presume.
Oh, of course.
Exactly. She wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan, posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Giselle Brett.
She hot.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow. But I only became aware of that fact 2 days ago, in the foyer of the great Waterloo Hotel. Ah! And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that had formed surrounding those 4 names was completely turned topsy. They were the 4 murderers,
What?
not
Topsy?
They weren't 4 targets. They were the 4 killers.
What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was turned topsy, Mr. Sholmes?
I had believed all 4 names on the list to be the names of victims.
Oh no, they're killer and target.
No, they're all killers. However, I was mistaken.
Very much so. Asashin was a killer. So this telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it?
Indeed, and it would seem that Miss Sheen was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Her visiting student status being merely a front.
Ah.
Which would of course explain why no motive could be determined for her actions.
So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Asashin is because he was the target of an assassination.
And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list in a very different perspective.
What do you mean?
Well, does it not strike you there is another among the 4 who subsequently became a visiting student?
Kazuma is supposed to murder Gregson!
But hear me out. Were there murders in Japan that Kazuma was doing already?
No.
That you know of.
Wait, you mean...
But of course, a name you know only too well.
You mean Kazuma?
Oh!
He did say in court earlier today.
Yes, on October 31st, I accompanied by a grateful thank you. In order to carry out a mission.
And the mission was...
The assassination of the monarch.
See? They should just hire me full time. Young Mr. Isugi accepted that mission a year ago now. Surely not.
What is this voice? It's Mizu's flashback voice.
No, it's Kazuma's voice, Bug Boy, with the little echo because it's a flashback. Come on, John, your boy. Keep up. In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. An international agreement, one might say, detailing an assassin exchange. An assassin exchange program. That's crazy.
An assassin exchange? How could Kazuma possibly have got involved in something like that?
I'm telling you, I'll change his voice when he gets his memory back. Let's assume that we have 2 parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those 2 parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. That would then be an assassin exchange. So, to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan, where she kills her target. And then, the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate his target. And certainly does sound like an exchange.
But... what on earth is the point?
What do you mean, to kill people? What the fuck?
Don't forget, Naruhodo, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction. Thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Oh, yes. Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our two countries. So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels. The highest levels?
No, these murders were two sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive, but by contractual agreement. As such, they appeared utterly unrelated, yet in truth, the assassins were complicit in one singular devilish scheme.
Zero, hello, welcome in. How are you?
Alright, I just looked her up. There's no guarantee that she was hot. So, take it with a grain of salt. That disassociation and the safeguard of diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot.
But wait a minute, Cholmes. If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Seishiro Jigoku at all. How have you been? Been good, Zero! How are you? Happy Tuesday! I got bad news today. I have to wake up early sometime this week or next week to do some training, which is terrible.
You're training, or are you being trained?
I'm doing the training for the other people in the UK, but because time zones are a thing.
It's very early.
It is, yeah, so.
I have to go into office 4 days this week, so.
Ew,
yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we all just suffer.
It would mean Asogi's target was actually Inspector Gregson. What? Kazuma was here for Gregson? So Judge Jigoku wasn't actually the mark?
Yes, that's exactly what it would mean. I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe. Mr. Sholmes, I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position. Obviously, with a young pickpocket in tow.
Yes, Gina.
Wait, she's a pickpocket? I thought she was a
Come to think
detective.
of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the Great Exhibition. Yeah, she used to be a pickpocket, and he hired her.
Oh, dude, how does this guy get so much money to just hire people?
To, like, put her on the straight and narrow, you know?
That's like at least the second person that we know of that he's hired.
That he'd be transferring to the Paris police and taking Gina with him.
But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last.
Floppy, you can probably do it in the Discord. This is too much to take in.
All right, everyone. That's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day. Isn't it, Hurley? I mean, look at the time.
Oh, quite Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow.
What preparations? Well, I think I shall make my way back to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember.
It is a little bit sad, though. I mean, I liked the idea of you being my daddy. Because then, Susie would have been my big sister.
I'm sorry, Iris.
I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing.
Were you?
But if somebody like me would be worthy, I would be delighted to become your sister.
What? Really?
Oh yes, without question.
So, you'll teach me all the ways you know to throw Runo to the floor?
Damn, pin him down and... Yes, of course. It would be my pleasure.
You didn't have to agree quite so readily.
Oh, but wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister, you could be my big brother if you want, Runo.
Huh? I mean, yes, of course. If you'll have me, I'll gladly be your brother.
Well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I raised you so well.
Then Duo says, "Oh, I might be back in HSR. The free 10 pull got me. Gave me Herta. Is that a new character? Herta?
The Herta. I'm
Love
sorry.
the voice. Thank you. It's fucking up my throat, but you know." Because being sensitive is your strong suit, naturally.
Right. I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now, because it's for my big brother and sister.
Okay.
What is all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing what?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Actually, yeah, say it like
Oh.
that. Good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a stellar performance.
I'll do my very best, of course. King Spence, thank you for the head pat. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Hope you've been having a good start to your work week. So, the overnight break in the trial's proceedings became a crucial turning point, exposing new truths whilst posing new conundrums. That list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office, and the extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friend had somehow become involved. I felt as though I had been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden. But at the same time,
Imprisoning me.
I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Oh, it's so cute. Because I was lucky enough to have the most wonderful family in the world standing steadfastly behind me. Oh, they're so cute.
How very wholesome.
They're so adorable.
Alright, this is a perfect time for me to ask for a 5-minute break to get some water.
Yes, go, go, go.
I'll be right back.
I'll do all the voices while Mizu's gone. Or should we wait? Should we wait or should I do all the voices while Mizu's gone? What do you guys think? What are we thinking here? We're in the Old Bailey courtroom. Thank you for the hydrate cap. I really needed it. And the self-care. Thank you, thank you. Everyone, make sure you're hydrating and also doing a little stretch. It's good for you.
Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement. As with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings.
What would your shipping heart say? For what? To either do by myself or wait for Mizu? Do by myself, of course.
The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization illegally executing its own brand of justice, and the discovery that a respected yard inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot. Well, I say to all members of the judiciary here present on this occasion that we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Counsels, you will undertake this trial with the resolve to pursue the truth to the bitter end.
Resolve, yes, that's my intention.
My lord, if I may inquire. The defendant may speak. On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue in his role as prosecutor?
How often do you guys check your P.O. box? I mean, not super often, but I can swing by the P.O. box this week. Did you send something, Duo? Or I could ask Ever to check the P.O. box. Did you send us our Christmas gifts? Thanks, Duo. I appreciate you. Can't wait to open my Christmas gift.
He has admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man. He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution.
Hold on.
I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart, requesting that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day.
You did what?
In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything. My whole life for the last 10 years has all been leading up to this 1 day.
So bad for my throat. I don't know if my assistant has sent it yet. I'll let you know. I don't know if Canada Post is doing their chicanery as well. Chicanery? Chicanery? How do you say that word? Sorry, I can see you're moving. I took some of your parts. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you would do such a thing.
Did you like my bug boy voice?
I didn't hear it.
Oh well, you're gonna have to watch the VOD then, sorry. Kazuma.
Are you gonna keep going? Or...
No, it's you.
Whatever. Whatever the outcome of this trial. I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate.
It's a little different from Iris now.
A little.
I give my word that I will accept however severe. Yeah. And I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, Reaper.
Kazuma is bristling with hostility today. I get the distinct impression we're heading into very dangerous territory.
Is that really even Kazuma-sama standing before us?
Chicanery! Chicanery! I see.
As an extreme exception to normal practices, I have granted this prosecutor's request. The defense finds this acceptable, I presume?
Yes, my lord.
In that case, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed hearing of Barak von Zeeks.
The defense is ready, my lord.
And prosecution is more than ready.
Bitch!
Very well then, the preamble has taken long enough. Prosecutor Asogi, begin.
As you wish, my lord. The prosecution calls the first witness to the stand. Bring Sessuro Jikoku into the courtroom.
At last, then. We've reached the final battle. He's putting literally everything on the line now in order to get to the truth. Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time for that steely resolve, because this is going to test it to the limit.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
So it was you who issued this, was it?
Your subpoena. That's what was necessary.
Well, look what the young man has become. I didn't think I'd see the day when you take that tone with me, I must say.
The witness will ensure his responses are pertinent to the questions asked.
My name is Seishiro Jigoku, a Supreme Court judge from the Empire of Japan.
16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he is also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs.
I am of course fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent roles. I invited him personally to the International Forensic Science Symposium as a representative of his country. I hear he also played a key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
It was a great honor to be involved in the negotiations. I put my all into that treaty.
Judge Jigoku, I must ask.
Well, I never.
Fancy the young murdering student turning up here of all places.
You acquitted me yourself. And now I'm a practicing defense lawyer.
Yes, and full of self-importance like your friend across the courtroom, I see.
You came here to London by invitation to the International Forensic Science Symposium, but then, without informing anyone of your plans, you took flight to France.
Took flight? I'd have to object to that turn of phrase.
It was a boat.
Then explain yourself. What exactly were the circumstances?
Well, I was somewhat expecting this, and I'm sorry to say, I decline to comment.
What? Oh, what?
Leaving the country prematurely when I was invited guest may be questionable etiquette.
Floppy says, gasp, they're finally cracking down on ads for me. I have never gotten a single ad on Princess's channel before today. Back. Welcome back, Floppy. Thanks for watching ads on my channel, you guys. Thanks for that sense of ad revenue.
AdSense, AdSense.
That's you.
But my decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify.
Unrelated, you say?
I appreciate that a respected police inspector has been killed, for which I offer my condolences. However, being an alien, I've obviously never met the man, nor do I know the first thing about him.
I don't know why Princess whispering "that's you" made me laugh. Oh.
He's pretty funny.
Mizu, that's you.
Oh shit, my bad. Fuck.
I picked those scents fresh off the sidewalk for you, Princess. Thank you very much, Floppy. I appreciate it.
As such, I'm in no position to testify. It's as simple as that.
So you'd run from all this?
I beg your pardon.
This case is far more reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder, a case that was tried in Japan almost a year ago now. A year ago in Japan? The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson, you mean?
That's right. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. The defense has evidence to prove it. What, One-san energy, maybe? Oh, I see. Am I your One-san, Mizu?
I don't know, actually. I'm old.
I'm also old. I'm 80!
Okay, but my character is like in the hundreds.
Oh, never mind. If we're going by character ages, I guess. Too.
Yeah.
You're also older.
I'm an old man. Oh, my bones are broken. Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes that you're resolved to carry this through to the very end, too. Let's see your evidence, then. What proof do you have that Sessur Jigoku is involved with this case?
We're just, for no reason at all.
Oh man, just in case. I
you know,
feel like a
like-
storm is coming. Is there a fire?
I
in the
know, just a cheeky
background?
little save. You never know. You never know. What proof do you have that Seishiro Jigoku is involved in this case? In this case, is this telegram, right?
His name's not on that.
It
But
was
it's
sent
in
to
his
his office. Yeah,
Ah, yes, that's fair and reasonable to assume.
there we go. This is a telegram detailing a communication sent between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contained 4 names: K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, and J. Wilson.
You little.
Time for me to hit the bed. Good night, John. Let me tuck you in. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good night and we'll be back on Thursday with more Jump King. So, maybe look out for that.
Where did you get that?
In Tokyo, from your office, Judge Jigoku.
What? How on earth did you?
What's this all about? Why is my name on that list?
This list of 4 names follows a certain pattern. T. Gregson and J. Wilson are the names of victims. K. Asogi and A. Shin are the names of assassins.
No.
A year ago in Tokyo, Dr. John H. Wilson's life was taken in a Western-style restaurant in the capital. The culprit was found to be a visiting student who went by the name of Giselle Brett, but her real name was Asa Shin, a professional.
Was it really? Was it really?
Professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain.
Ashin and her victim, J. Wilson.
And the murder that just took place here in London was the counterpart to that crime. An assassin sent from Japan, also a visiting student, Kazuma Asogi, whose victim was the British police inspector, Tobias Gregson.
A. Asogi and T. Gregson. One assassin from each country to kill a target residing in another.
What exactly is the defense suggesting?
These 2 cases of murder, one that took place in Britain and one in Japan, were masterminded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange. And the telegram the defense has acquired is proof of this international contract to kill.
What?
The telegram was found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you.
That's Jigoku. What's this all about?
Why did my parents name me Floppy when I should have been William O'Nair?
It'd be weird to be called William O'Nair-Neared.
You can choose your own name. You can make your own destiny, Floppy. I mean, William. Do whatever you want. And you, Kazuma. You lied. During yesterday's proceedings, you acknowledged that you'd accepted the assassination mission. But the mark wasn't Judge Jigoku at all. It was T. Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard, as shown by the name on the killing contract.
Very impressive, Your Nurse King. But actually, I didn't lie. The name of the target I was ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The idea that Sister Jigoku was the mark came entirely from you.
Ugh! You deliberately avoided saying a name? Please, William is my dad. Call me Bill.
The defense claims these 4 names indicate some sort of international assassin exchange. I'm sure I speak for all present when I say that the very idea seems utterly absurd. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself?
His silence only goes to prove his guilt.
There's another important point that his new development brings to light. There's now a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector's actual murder was in the witness's cabin aboard the SS Grouse.
Judge Jigoku, you have to testify now. To refuse would put you in contempt of court.
Let me think about that.
There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well then, as a parting gift to you all, I'll tell you everything I know. Strongheart did it, Strongheart did it.
It seems this Japanese gentleman has information that the court must hear about the alleged assassin exchange and the events of the night of the 31st October. Present your formal testimony now.
As you wish, my lord.
I'm so on the Strongheart did it hype train.
It seems like he did it.
It's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now.
How do you know that?
Because he was part of it.
Why would he just like...
Just come out and say it?
Yeah.
The target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour. However, in the end, something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission. He died. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times. If there had been a shot fired, the crewmen would have heard it, so clearly, I can't be involved.
Well, fucking explain the hole in your wall then, bitch.
So you admit it then? As this communication suggests, there really was an assassin exchange arrangement between Britain and Japan.
A political endeavor at the highest levels, not something I can discuss here.
To use such a worthy practice as foreign study to coerce somebody to commit murder. It's the most appalling thing I've ever heard.
Appalling? Well, it's easy to judge.
Pardon?
Asogi had a reason for taking his soul to that British inspector, you know.
What?
Which is why he accepted the mission in the first place. Right, Counsel?
Tell me why. Azuma-sama.
Judge Jigoku, if you are the mastermind behind this operation in Japan, then tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain.
I'm not obliged to divulge that information.
As I said yesterday, I've killed nobody. I freely admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the plan was to be executed, I backed out. I'm a little bitch. In short, this assassination that the defense has identified is unrelated to the events of this case.
What do you mean? You just admitted to everything.
The crucial point is this. Your police inspector can't have perished aboard the steamship in Dunkirk.
No, we have proof that there's a fridge on the ship.
Yeah, you're a freaking dirty liar.
Because if he'd been shot in the cabin, it's inconceivable that a member of the crew wouldn't have heard it.
Also, wasn't all of the things stuffed up? Like there was like fabric up the like communicator thing
There's
that
a lot
they
of
use?
things.
Yeah.
There was definitely a lot of things.
That's right. Gregson was killed after returning to London in the room on Fresno Street.
Uh-oh.
And the perpetrator of the crime was the Reaper, Barack Van Zeeks.
You know, he's just sitting quietly here, just like, yeah, y'all keep talking.
The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged.
To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such Machiavellian dealings. Clearly it's a plot only a government minister and high-ranking judge such as the witness could hope to execute.
Well, I seem to recall that it was someone on the British side who controlled everything.
Be that as it may, it is not the place of this court to pursue this villainous assassination exchange plot. We are concerned only with the tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson. Is the defense clear on that point, counsel?
Yes, my lord. I'll keep that in mind as I cross-examine the witness.
Press it.
Okay, so let's
Press
press
right up to his
this.
filthy little beard.
A year ago, when Kazuma was still in Japan then.
Correct. It was at the examination center for applicants for the study tour that I approached him.
I'll never forget it. I remember exactly what you said. Don't you hate that fucking guy? Go kill him. You just came out and asked me for fright if I'd consider traveling to Britain on an assassination mission.
He really did just say, don't you want to just let loose?
I thought it was a joke at first, of course, but then... It was made clear to me that if I didn't accept, I wouldn't be considered for the study tour.
So you agreed to it just for that? I mean, I know how much you wanted to study in England, but... assassination?
The Empire of Japan had accepted a proposal from the British Empire at the time. An agreement to send a student from each country to the others to deepen cultural understanding and friendship. But behind the scenes, the chosen students were to be given assassination missions. I had no choice but to accept the proposal that originated from my British counterpart.
Why didn't you expose the plot there and then?
Britain acknowledges no part in these alleged misbegotten dealings. I advise you not to make spurious allegations, Foreign Minister Jigoku.
As a witness, I am bound to tell the truth, my lord.
Hey, free tuition, says Floppy. It's true, free tuition.
Anyway, I picked Asoki and explained the details of the matter planned to him.
Why Kazuma? Why did you pick him as the assassin?
He was the most capable of all the applicants, and in addition, I knew his desire to travel to Britain was very strong. In fact, it was almost more than a desire. It was his whole purpose in life.
Yes, as his best friend, I can certainly attest to that. The way he threw himself into his studies, the way he pursued becoming qualified as a lawyer. It was all ultimately for that one single goal of being accepted on a study tour to Britain.
And of course, we know the reason behind that. He was determined to find out for himself the truth about his father. Genshin Impact.
There's nothing I wouldn't have done to get here, including murder. By agreeing that, be that agreeing to presume the role of an assassin or betraying the people's trust.
Well, you certainly did a fine job betraying mine, Asogi.
Ooh.
But why was Inspector Gregson the target?
I have no idea. Those were the orders from Britain. I was in no position to question them.
You have no idea? Really? I find that hard to believe.
Oh, do you?
Oh, sorry, that's you.
Judge Jigoku was once a visiting student here in Britain himself, of course. Perhaps he was some connection with Inspector Gregson from that time.
The defense really ought to catch up
With what?
with the fact that the assassin exchange was absolutely nothing to do with the case under scrutiny here.
You don't know that. It might be.
Yes, I've already admitted to recruiting Asogi.
Now what happened here?
I presume you're referring to the incidents that occurred during Kazuma's passage to Britain in January. the awful tragedy that took place on the steamship.
Word arrived at the ministry some 2 weeks after the ship's departure from our shores. The visiting student had been killed, but his body had somehow gone missing in Hong Kong. The news was wired to me from a detective I'd placed on the ship to accompany the assassin. Is this guy a bad guy?
No, as far as I know, the police inspector is fine. That guy, the sailor guy, was the police inspector from Japan.
But he wired the info to Judge Jigoku?
Well, of course, because he thought he was there to protect Kazuma.
I see.
Yeah.
He
Obviously,
did not know.
Kazuma didn't actually die at all. But he did lose his memory, including all details about his special mission.
Did you not consider dispatching another assassin at that point?
That wasn't possible, simply because that black-clad young student over there had already put himself forward as Asogi's replacement,
Whoops.
and there was no way to stop him from reaching Britain.
Ah,
My hands were completely tied.
So, Mr. Shom's strategy worked perfectly.
he predicted everything that would happen.
Months later, my memory returned.
No, they didn't. You're not remembered.
But I'd never intended to go through with the assassination mission anyways.
So, you were playing me right from the outset, were you? Is that it?
I'd sooner be guilty of that crime than of taking someone else's life. I was prepared to do whatever I had to do in order to get myself here to Britain.
This line of questioning has gone on long enough. All the court should be concerned about in the testimony given by this witness are details relating to his relationship with the Inspector Gregson and the victim's murder.
In that case, as I've already made perfectly clear, I had no connection to the man or his death.
And you have some means of substantiating this plea.
Outside your cabin in the first-class area of the SS Grouse, you mean?
Yes, that's right. Not least because there was a murder of a student passenger early in the year, I imagine. The liner operators have taken to posting a few crewmen outside every first-class cabin door.
I can confirm the presence of the crew guard and guard.
What do you mean?
Because I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk that night. I witnessed it with my own eyes. There was a well-built crewman standing guard directly in front of the doors of the witness's cabin.
Seaman jerking off.
do you notice that his bow there too looks like fish?
I thought you were going to talk about his belly button. Yeah, they look like two little fishies.
Yeah.
At that particular time, of course, I'd gone to the ship's dining room for dinner.
The inspector and I asked the crewman to allow us into the cabin while we waited for Judge Jigoku's return.
I suppose Inspector Gregson was there in his capacity as the Reaper. He was intending to take the witness's life.
Exactly. As I've said numerous times now, I had no intention of killing anyone.
So the crewman let two potential assassins into the cabin he was supposed to be guarding. Not the most convincing of sentries, really.
In truth, those were my thoughts too. But anyway, I stayed to talk with Inspector Gregson for a short while. And then, I left him there and made my way off the ship alone.
Was the guard still at the door when you went?
Yes. He glared at me as I walked past.
You see, that proves it.
Well, I mean, who the fuck to say that guy wasn't lying? He just said some things.
What about the fucking painting, huh,
The
bitch?
crewman who was standing directly outside your cabin door, you mean?
That's right. A muscular man with a permanent grim expression on his face. He didn't once move from that spot. To be honest, I thought he was a miserable fellow. But, as it happens, he's a vital witness now.
There's no doubt about Gregson was killed by a gunshot. And it's inconceivable that a crewman standing just outside the cabin door wouldn't have heard that.
But wait, what about the ship's enormous steam's engine? The noise of them could have drowned out the sound of the gun being fired.
Sadly, young judicial assistant, that won't work.
Oh,
You will recall that my cabin was in the first class area of the ship, which is also, of course, the quietest. Don't imagine for a moment that it's anything like steerage where the judicial assistants go.
Wow.
that's a little fucked up, don't you think? I didn't mean. I'm just little Cho Chang.
But a hole like that made by a bullet was found in your cabin, Judge Jigoku. That's compelling evidence that a gun was fired in there.
What's that? A bullet hole?
Oh yes, you're talking about what the detective uncovered in the wall yesterday, I presume. That was obviously a rotten panel eaten out by a woodworm. No doubt that he didn't find an actual bullet.
Ugh, that's the hole in this argument.
Sadly, I was unable to arrange for the crewman to be brought back to Britain with me. But obviously, if a gun had been fired in my cabin on the night in question, as the offense implies, I would have been arrested on the spot, and would never have made it to Britain in the first place.
Very true. The witness's logic is sound. Since no gunshot was heard from the witness's cabin on the night in question, we must assume that the witness is telling the truth.
I'm glad you've seen some sense, my lord.
I know Kazuma's already admitted to taking on this incredible assassination plot, but even so, hearing it confirmed by somebody else is still a real shock.
Pretty crazy.
it's unforgivable. Using Kazuma-sama's feelings to manipulate him into agreeing to such a despicable plan.
But I think Kazuma's manipulated Judge Jigoku too. He completely double-crossed him.
Oh dear, it's hard not to see that as a stroke of brilliance on Kazuma-sama's part.
She's a simp!
One way or another, though, Gregson ended up dead. I really think that the murder must have happened aboard that steamship.
So you mean,
Judge Jigoku must be lying.
I know I shouldn't let my emotions cloud my judgment. But you must destroy him, Mr. Naruhodo.
Wow. Oh, what very aggressive words. Destroy. So I think it must be maybe related to the noise.
Yes.
What
we got to present,
evidence
though?
do we have? Following
This
departure from
this
Port
one.
of Dunkirk, all members are required to assemble on the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review evacuation procedures. The drill will take 20 minutes. Crew to resume duties as soon as the drill is over. 10 p.m. What time did Gregson die? It said
We don't know.
inconclusive, right?
Yeah, we don't know. Just to present that, and it would be enough, for sure.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Let's just... I can't save.
I guarantee you,
Hold on
if it's
here.
wrong, I will buy you a cake.
Oh, never mind. You saved. No cake for
No,
you.
wait, I didn't save yet. I didn't save yet. I didn't save yet. I didn't
no
save
cake
yet.
for you.
If you're wrong, you're gonna buy me cake.
Yeah, okay.
Objection.
Damn it.
Bitch. Now I get cake.
What? No, we never said anything about
I
me
get
buying
cake
you
now.
cake.
Me,
We
I
never
get
said.
cake. Me,
We never said. We never said that I would buy you cake. Okay, this
It was
only
implied.
a one-way.
Okay,
This was
that's
a one-way
bullshit.
agreement. This was a
Objection.
one-way agreement.
Objection.
One-way agreement.
Make a bet like that. That's so silly. What a foolish fool. Only a foolish fool would do something like that. I would like a table-sized cake. Yes. Bitch, is this cake? Yeah. But the cake has to be so large that when I look at it, I don't know it's made out of cake.
Yes, as the court has heard, there was a crewman posted outside Judge Jigoku's cabin. However, we can be sure that, contrary to the witness's claim, the guard wasn't there at all times.
What?
Cake for Mizu! Start the hashtag! Let's go, Zero!
I have here a notice of a particular event that was scheduled to take place aboard the steamship on the 31st.
What? Where did you get that?
It's evidence gathered by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. You were acquainted yesterday, if you remember.
Herlock shows again.
According to this itinerary, after leaving the port of Dunkirk at exactly 10 p.m., and for a period of 20 minutes, all crewmen of the SS Grouse were to gather on deck for an evacuation drill.
All crewmen were away from their posts?
And during that 20-minute interval, of course, any gunshots emanating from your cabin would have been heard by no one. Why does he need cake? I just got back from exercising.
What? Wait.
No,
What
he
is it? What is
doesn't
it
get
gonna be a
cake.
reason that I need
No,
cake?
you're
I
not-
just deserve
no,
it because
no
I
cake
earned
for
it from
Mizu.
winning a cake.
No,
You
it
know
was
what?
a one-way bet.
I think I'm not showing
You
up
should
next
get
Tuesday.
me cake.
I can't believe it.
You should buy me cake.
I'm gonna go on a strike for cake. If there's no cake to be had, you ain't gonna have your voice actors next week, huh?
I'm playing.
Strike!
I'm practicing Jump King next week, anyways. There's gonna
you are,
be
you?
no stream. Yeah.
Wow, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So, yeah.
I just learned about the competition literally yesterday. I was gonna message you tonight.
Oh, the cake is a lie. I've been lied to. There is no cake. So unfortunate for me.
In summary, Judge Jigoku, you had ample opportunity to commit the crime.
Ugh.
Objection.
A tweeny, a 20.
A 20-minute window of opportunity. That's an excellent time in this case. But it amounts to nothing.
Why?
Because the witness clearly stated in his testimony that no incident occurred in his cabin.
And
The
we're just
fuck?
gonna
So
believe him? Like, so what? Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And he has some decisive evidence that can show his testimony to be false. Your accusation is nothing more than conjecture.
Very true. Well, counsel?
Inspector Gregson was killed in Judge Jigoku's cabin that night. I'm certain of it. Because the defense has the evidence to prove it.
You will present the evidence for the defense at once, counsel. It's just a shame for no reason.
So no reason.
What
Save.
proof do you have that the victim's life was taken in Jigoku's cabin on the 31st of October?
Would it be his autopsy report? Indeterminate. Evidence suggests measures may have been taken to disguise the time of death?
That seems pretty good.
What else have we gotten?
Wait. Go back to the autopsy. Standard caliber Japanese gun? What?
I did not notice that. Wait.
Oh, never
No,
mind.
members of the judiciary. Let's say for no reason. Totally not to save scum or anything. Exactly. Not save scumming. For no reason. A cheeky little save. As Cap likes to say, a cheeky little save. Okay. A small machine part. Notice about the evacuation drill. The great sword. Lucky charm. Autopsy. Passport. Gregson's trunk. Ashogi papers. Photograph.
It's probably the autopsy. If it's
Is it-
not the
you think so?
autopsy, if it's not the autopsy, the only other thing is the trunk. What the hell did he say about the trunk?
The trunk has the tip of the sword blade and blood, but he wasn't killed by the sword blade, you know?
Yeah, but why did that get fucking stabbed? Do we
No
know
idea. There was maybe some altercation. The only thing that I'm trying to remember is where is that piece of evidence that there is a refrigerator on the boat, you know? But I don't remember where that was. So I guess autopsy report is the only thing we have.
Take that!
Nope. Wait, bailiff!
you.
Take this evidence and incinerate it! What? No. That evidence was presented after careful consideration, my lord.
Very good.
It's you.
No, I can't take it over your deliberation in the future. I thought this is like skippable. Otherwise, you may find you're the one being sent for incinerator.
I knew he was gonna say that stupid ass line.
Is this me or is Kazuma's tongue getting sharper by the minute?
Damn, you like that, don't you?
Don't worry, Mr. Naruto. Your mind can only get sharper too.
Mr. Sholmes and Professor Mikotopa's visit to Judge Jigoku's cabin yielded a minute piece of evidence that was very nearly overlooked if my memory isn't failing me. What?
You must bring it to mind, Mr. Naruto, and in a timely fashion before the bailiff burns everything.
Was it? Okay, what is that little machine part? What is this? I don't think we looked at this. You see these little things all over the place, don't you? It's the part on the top of a pocket watch that you twist to set the time, isn't it?
That was in the room?
Oh, interesting. That was in the cabin.
Alright, well this is it.
There is the crown, I believe. A watch would be quite useless without one.
The crown? Like what sits on top of a monarch's head? That's a very grand name for such a tiny part. But actually,
Yes, Mr. Naruto.
if this is a crown, I have a feeling I might have seen a monarch around here somewhere with a very bare head.
If by monarch you mean pocket watch, then I'm quite sure you have.
Hello, MT, welcome in. Okay, so
Send it.
that's right. This is missing the thing. Okay. So we will do
Take
this.
that!
Take it.
Judge Jigoku, this was found in your cabin yesterday. What is that? The crown of a pocket watch?
A pocket watch.
And if you will observe, the victim's pocket watch, which we know he treasured, is missing precisely that part.
It can't be.
Moreover, this crown is a perfect fit on the spindle protruding from the victim's watch. Now, the fact that this was retrieved from Judge Jigoku's cabin tells us the victim's watch almost certainly broke there. In other words, the victim was killed on the 31st during the 20-minute evacuation drill in the cabin occupied by you, Judge Jigoku.
Ooh, let me see the crowd.
Well, you're razor sharp, aren't you, you young murderer?
Alright, I gotta run.
I will leave you to it.
Okay.
I am sorry. I will catch you not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
Yes.
Love ya. Bye bye.
No worries. Bye. Okay, we
Have
gotta find a
fun.
good place to stop. So bye, Mizu. Everyone say bye, Mizu. Okay. I'll do my best.
Expertly maneuvered, Ryunosuke. And your argument sounds entirely plausible. At first. But rather like this pocket watch, it's full of cracks.
What?
And I believe Judge Jigoku feels the same way.
I was wrong to acquit you earlier in the year.
Sorry?
If I'd known that it would result in anyone having to listen to this drivel.
Bye, Mizu, I hope you get your cake.
I would have declared you guilty just to spare the world your ridiculous bombast. I think it's clear that the witness will have to give further testimony. When you hear what actually happened in my cabin that night, you'll notice the pitfall into which you've stumbled. Prior to your renewed testimony, I would like to clarify one point. The fact that this part of the victim's watch was discovered in your cabin means that you acknowledge he was there, I presume? Yes, I do. Very well, then. You may proceed to give your formal testimony about what exactly happened in your cabin aboard the ship on the evening of the 31st October. Of course, as a man of the law, I have no intention of obstructing justice.
Okay, I think this witness testimony, we will pause here. Because this is actually like a great place to stop. I'm glad that we had a good place because Mizu literally just was like, bye! Alright, you guys, thank you for coming in. I had so much fun. I feel like we're so close to finishing out the trial, so I hope that everything will wrap up nice and neat, you know? In the meantime, who can we say hello to while we wind down for the night? I have some homework. I have some D&D homework that I'm supposed to do, so I gotta get on that. So who can we raid into to say hello to tonight? Lost is playing some Me-Side. I know Mizu was playing that like a couple weeks ago. Pat's playing some Legend of Zelda. Atra's playing some Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Let's see here. Kohai's also playing Me-Side. What do you guys feel like going to see tonight? Or should we look at the Jump King category? I don't know, I actually have to do stuff, so I might not be able to watch someone play Jump King. I maybe just need to raid and run. I think if we're raiding and running, Pat's stream might be nice, actually, because Pat's usually like super chill. So let's go over to Pat's stream. I think that'll be good. And he recently celebrated his half birthday, and I didn't get a chance to raid in to his, I think, half birthday? I can't remember if I did or not. Anyways, you guys, we're raiding Pat. I chose Pat. Pat is awesome. He is one of my very first friends on Twitch, a face cammer, super responsive to chat, super chill, and a completionist in all things gaming related. So I don't know how many platinum games he has, but he has a lot of platinum games. So let's go say hello to him. He's playing some Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom right now, so we'll go over there. We'll hang out with him, say hello. Pat is the best. He is, yeah. I love Pat so much. If you guys are a subscriber, you can copy either raid message. Both will work. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and copy that second raid message because, you know, the first one won't work for you. Thank you so much for hanging out here, you guys. As always, please be happy, please be healthy, but most of all, please be kind. Be kind to others, because you never know what a smile, hug, or hello can do for someone who's having a bad day. And be kind to yourselves. Make sure you're staying hydrated, get up and stretch your legs every once in a while, and go touch some grass. Because if you don't, you might get an embolism. And then you'll die. And I don't think we want to start off 2025 with an embolism and some death. I know we would be sad here in chat. Your friends and family would be very, very sad. So maybe don't die. Don't get an embolism. Go stretch your legs. Dying is bad. It is. Ash, thank you so much for coming in. Guys, thank you whether you were chatting or lurking. I really, really appreciate it. No Great Ace Attorney next week because I will be literally streaming Jump King all week to practice for the speedrunning tournament. But after that, we will return and hopefully finish, because I think we're really, really close to finishing this game out. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good night. Pat will take great care of you guys. I will see you guys all on Thursday for some more Babe of Transcension in Jump King, of course. All right, guys. Good night. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Copy the raid message. Bye. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.